So Oscar's moving further and further out of his comfort zone. He's in the main cat area now, where all the cats hang out. I've got 3 cats in the catio right now. He's looking at it, he's thinking about it, but he hasn't gone out there yet. But why I've got you here with Oscar, I've had a few questions and a few DMs about tips for first-time cat owners, or first-time pet owners in general. Hey, Pudding. So I thought I'd go through a few for you. So, first off, it all depends on what you want. So, if kittens are great, and if you want a kitten, go for a kitten. I would suggest if you're going to get a kitten and you have no pets in the house, if possible, get 2. Because if you get 1, you have to fulfill the needs of that kitten 100% yourself. If you get 2, they will take care of a lot of the play and the energy themselves by playing together, and that helps you out a lot. If you only want 1 cat, I would strongly suggest going to a shelter and adopting a slightly older cat, maybe a 2-3-year-old that's already gone through the kitten phase, is more established, is at the chill cat phase, just wants to sleep most of the day, lie in a window, have a little bit of play with you. If you just want 1 cat, I'd go an older cat and adopt from a shelter. For bringing them home, whether it's a kitten or an older cat you've gotten, I would set up either a laundry or a spare room for them. And even if you don't have any other pets, I would still keep them just in that room for at least a couple of weeks, at least a week full time. Go in there, hang out with them, but let them know that that's their space and that's their comfort zone. Set them up with a bed, somewhere to hide, something like this is great. Food, water, litter. And then slowly introduce them to the house and then give them full reign of the house. But what you're doing is establishing that that's their room and that's their safe space, and they'll always retreat there if they're scared or whatever. And it just helps transition a little bit, especially if you go for a shelter cat. They're going from a tiny cage to this big house. Easier to start with 1 room. Go around and just check your house as well. So if you've got any strings for your curtains, I would strongly suggest tying them up because cats can hang themselves on those. Any chemicals and stuff, they will open cupboards. So if there's any chemicals or dangerous stuff, I would either get child locks or put them in high cupboards that they can't open. Plenty of water bowls. I feed a mix of wet and dry food. I know the conventional wisdom that a full wet diet is best for cats, but honestly, it's not practical for me and it's not practical for most of the people because wet food is extremely expensive. So I do wet food once a day, and then I just have dry food laying out for them, and I have water all over the house, and all my cats are really good drinkers. They all drink water, but if you think your cat's not getting enough water, what you can do is when you give them the wet food, you just mix a little bit extra water in there with them. If it's like a gravy type or even a jelly type, they'll lap it all up and get their water in. You don't have to start out with massive cat trees or anything like this. They're great if you can get them, but just have areas that they can jump up and have lots of scratchy things for them. One of the best things I have, and is really cheap from Kmart if you're in Australia, is these things. They come in a waveform as well. They're like $5. Cats absolutely love them, shred them to pieces, but they're shredding those and not your furniture. So I'd get a couple of those for them to scratch. I also got a question like, is it better to get a male or a female cat for a first-time cat owner? It depends what you want. So all cats are individuals and they all have their own personalities. But in general, boys can be more loving. They'll follow you around a lot more. They also get along with each other better, where girls can be a bit more standoffish, but they can also be very loving. But I would honestly just go see the litter, go to the shelter, and whichever cat stands out to you and you feel the most connection with, just get them, whether it's male or female. Other than that, if you have the ability to do some sort of catio or outside time, rather than free roaming, I'd suggest that, because they do need to just sit out in the sun, get some breeze, chase the bugs. But obviously I'm in Australia and I don't agree with free roaming cats because they just decimate the local wildlife. But if you get a kitten, you can harness train them, You can take them out supervised. Supervised is fine, then bring them back in. So like Romeo and Lettuce there, they just come out into the backyard with me supervised, and I just walk around with them for an hour each night. And they just chill. Where Poseidon here is getting harness trained right now, and then the other cats have the catio. Other than that, litter, just I use paper litter because that's what all my cats were using in the shelters before I got them, and it's what they use the most. I've tried some of like the clay litters and the clumping litters and all that sort of stuff, and my opinion is, well, half my cats don't use it at all, and I don't like it because it gets caught in their paws and they end up actually tracking it around the house more than paper litter. I just do paper litter, and just make sure you keep your litter clean. I have a lot of cats, so I scoop twice a day and then do a full change and wash out once a week. And when you wash your litter trays, don't use anything like bleach or anything, just general dish soap, hot water, give it a good rinse, give it a dry, and then put it back down. Other than that, I think that's everything for beginners, and just enjoy your cat. And just, actually one big one that I almost forgot. Cats, especially if you go see a litter and they're with their litter mates, or you go to a shelter and they're in a cage, they're going to act differently to than when you first bring them home into a new space. They're going to 95% of the time be a bit shy, a bit reserved. They're going to take a while to open up to you and to love you. Don't expect a cat to be your best friend instantly. You got to give cats time. So don't bring a cat back from the shelter and then they don't instantly sit on your lap and get disappointed. It can take months. Most cats, it takes a couple of weeks. Oh, darling. Sorry. Okay. And that's a no to pats. So you just got to read their body language. Me and Oscar are getting on pretty well, but he's my newest one. And he sits on my lap. He lets me pat him. But right now he's obviously focused on the other cats because he's trying a new experience right now and he doesn't want pats. So I just back off and I leave him be. And that is totally fine. But yeah, once you bring your cat home, don't expect them to be your best friend instantly. You got to give them time. And they will warm up to you, you feed them, you give them love. Even just sitting in the same room with them, scrolling on your phone or reading a book when you first bring them home is more than enough to start building that bond between you. But yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts and tips on first-time cat owners. I hope this helps someone.